Hey there. Welcome to week 9 of your RaFFLe season. Hey, quick note this week, because apparently I'm going to Sam's in a little bit, so let's roll through this. I'll give you my thoughts. You can do with them what you want, and we'll go from there. This week's intro music is in honor of Rollin' Thunder, who's rolling right along with a 2-game winning streak, fresh off of his surgery earlier this week. And he has been cleared to play, so thankfully we have that. So we thought we'd open with his ringtone today. So there you have it. So before we look at the individual games, just a quick little touch point. Looking at the divisional setup here, your Wales division is tighter than things that are something that's tight, like a drum or something like that. You get the Curtin, Classified, and Dharma all sitting at 5 and 3. Maybe Dharma with a slight edge with the 5 and 2 divisional record. These teams have been beating one another, so no one has the head-to-head advantage here. So it's shaping up to be interesting down the stretch. Your Campbell division, thanks to the big win from your Squirrels over Spankos last week, we've knotted that division up at the top. Thunder has moved into a tie with your Spankos. You've got the Squirrels and the tight ends just one game back. This does look good. Good finish down the stretch here. Your Hot Attack boys, not out of it because they keep scoring a lot of points. Sadly for them, they have the most points scored against, but the points for can help obviously down the stretch as we get that third playoff spot. So like I said, I think with the exception of really the big W's and myself that have kind of phoned it in over the rest of the season, it looks like it might actually be entertaining. So let's look at your head-to-head matchups this week. We got 5 big Botho games. The first game we'll look at here is the 10th rate Big W's, again, as they phoned it in, facing the suddenly surging Steel Curtain. Now the W's, despite their lack of interest in this season, did almost upset our newly crowned number 1 Classified last week in what would have sent shockwaves, literally shockwaves, through the league, but it didn't happen. So this week they faced Steel Curtain, and I'll be honest with you, I looked at this game with a completely unbiased eye, because that's the only kind of eye I have. And there's a lot of non-favorable matchups for the Curtain. This could be a tough week for your Curtain. Obviously the Curtain, much bigger, stronger, faster, better looking, more intelligent, you name it, they got more of it than the W's. So I think this maybe brings it down to where it's not a 7,000 point margin of victory and maybe only a 70 point margin of victory. So Stone Cold Lock, your Curtain pulls this one off. Game 2 is what is a favorite around here. It's the Hottie Bowl game. And after this week's emails about each declaring their love for one another and desire to father children with each other, I think it's only fitting that now they should settle things on the field. Now, perhaps Hot Attack will step aside and let his brother win one, because that would be the thing that a brother would do, right? But perhaps not. Last time, Johnny did get the 1-point victory over Tony. I'm sure that stings just a hair. Looking at this one, I think that it comes down to the Denver defense. The Denver defense puts the icing on the cake, wins it for the Hot Attack. It's the season sweep. Mark it. Hot Attack takes this game. Next up, you got Classified, still number 1 ranked, taking on the 6th ranked Squirrels. Of course, off that shellacking of Spankos last week. I'm sure the telegraphs or telegrams are still coming in congratulating the Squirrels in the victory. And really, it's just any victory over the Spankos is a good victory. But they're still riding high from this. Well, they can't ride too high because now they got to take on number 1. Looking at this game, it really comes down to, can the Squirrels pick the right quarterback? Is it Drew Brees or is it Donovan McNabb? Both quarterbacks have that ability to, score huge points. Brees, you got to figure, is going to come down to earth at some point. And McNabb, to be honest with you, he's past the point where he should be coming back down to earth. So, pick whoever he picks, that's what it's going to come down to. I'm going to go ahead and look into my crystal ball and say that he picks the right quarterback. This is your upset special. The Squirrels take down Classified in a barn burner. So mark that one in your book. Game 4 is the 7th-ranked tight ends, who I hear about every week, are still shocked that they're at the bottom of the rankings. They bring their 4-4 record up against the surging Rolling Thunder. I did mention the Rolling Thunder has been cleared to play after their procedure last week. And in this game, it's a marquee running back matchup. You got Jones-Drew going for your tight ends, and then I think the Rolling Thunder might go ahead and pull Chris Johnson off the bench for this one. Fresh off the bench, rested his legs last week. He's ready to roll. An interesting thing when I was looking at this game, trying to figure out who was what, because this probably is going to be the tightest game of the week. I noticed that the tight ends are 3rd in passing and 1st in rushing this year, which is an impressive stat. The Thunder is 1st in passing and 3rd in rushing. Again, extremely impressive. Receiving, both these guys could probably use some help there. They're 8 and 9. But then it comes down to the defense and special teams. I see that tight ends are ranked 10th in the league. You've got Rolling Thunder, who's got the 3rd best defense. Go figure. And so I said, well, then let's make that what decides this week's game. So you got the Steelers for the tight ends. You got the Saints for the other one, Thunder. So looking at this one, I'll be honest with you, I think both of them will probably do a pretty good job, but I'm pretty sure that the Saints defense will outscore the Carolina offense this week. So I'm going to say special teams touchdown for the Aints wins this one. Rolling Thunder keeps right on rolling. And then lastly, it's our oh by the way game. It's the 9th-ranked Libid Llama against the reeling number 5-ranked Dharma Initiative. Dharma's just looking to stop the bleeding, and what better way really to stop the bleeding than to play against the Llamas? This doesn't look good. After Ronnie Brown's performance last week, I am benching him this week against, and in return, it looks like Dharma might go ahead and start that pot smoker for his team. What's his name? Ricky Williams. That's right. For them against the Patriots. So there you have it. You know me. What will happen here is you're looking at Schwabe going down early. Julius Jones will be held to no yards. The trade that was recently made. There's 3 new llamas, by the way, making their debut this week, but I don't think that's going to really matter. So let's give this one to the Dharma boys. Get back in the hunt, stay in the hunt rather for that conference championship. So that's our games. I hope you do well this week, unless you're Dharma Initiative or the Spankos. And other than that, have a great time. I'm going to flip back over to this window so that I can stop and be vu. Talk to